Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Robinson again, and we're going to continue our studies. This time we are translating algebraic equations and expressions. So here's some vocabulary that we should know. Let me go full screen on this. A variable is a letter or a symbol that represents one or more numbers. Algebraic expression is a mathematical phrase with at least one variable. And I want you to know an algebraic expression differs from an equation by the equal sign, whereas the equation is a sentence that uses the equal symbol to state that two expressions are equal, whereas the algebraic expression doesn't have an equal sign. So that's how you can tell the difference between the two. An inequality is a statement that one quantity is not equal to another quantity. If you recall, we have comparison symbols that we use: less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. If you forgot the symbols, take a look at my inequalities video. Here are some words that we need to know for addition. So get these committed to your memory. Words for addition: sum, increase, total, increased by, added to, plus, more than, combined with. Those are words for addition. Here's some problems that you should copy down. You may see it written in words like this: 3 more than x. The numerical expression would be written 3 plus x. The sum of x and 3, we have 3 plus x again. 3 increased by x. The total of x and 3. 3 combined with x. All of that is written by x plus 3. What I want you also to note is that since the commutative property of addition states that we can reverse our properties in addition and get the same answer, I can really say x plus 3 instead of 3 plus x. So addition is reversible, and you'll get the same answer. So that's something you should note. Here's some words for subtraction. Difference: minus, less than, take away from, subtract, diminish, deduct, fewer than. So those are words for subtraction. Here's some problems that you'll probably see in word problems. 3 minus x. So the numerical expression is 3 minus x. Very straightforward. But look at this one: x fewer than 3. 3 minus x. So I noticed the x and 3 got changed in positions. Well, there'd be another way of looking at it, that x is lower than 3. So that means 3 is bigger and x is smaller. So if you're subtracting, you'd be subtracting the x from the 3. So that's why the 3 is written first, because it's greater than the x. Same thing applies in the x less than 3. So again, they've been changed in place order, so it indicates that the 3 is greater than the x. So that's why we have 3 minus x. X subtracted from 3, again, from indicates that there's a changing of positions, because this is being taken away from that. So the 3 is greater and it goes in front. 3 decreased by x. Okay, decreased by means subtract. So you can write that 3 minus x, so that's okay. You don't have to change. The difference of x from 3. Okay, so you have pretty much this one up here. X is being taken away from 3. So 3 is greater, and that's why it goes in front. Subtraction is different from addition, whereas the commutative property does not apply here. So you cannot reverse the order and get the same answer. So sorry, commutative property doesn't work here. Here are some words for multiplication that you should get familiar with. The product times, multiplied by, the product of. Multiplication problems, word problems, usually look like this: 3 times x, the product, 3 multiplied by x, the product of 3 and x groups of 3, all of that is written as 3x. And you may even see the word coefficient there. 3 is the coefficient, it's the number being multiplied by the x. So those are words for multiplication. Last, we have words for division: quotient, divide by, the quotient of, divided into. So these are words that accompany division. Here are problems that you'll see. X shared by 3 equally, so X is being divided up by 3, the numerical expression, X as the numerator, 3 as the denominator. I know you're accustomed to seeing the old-fashioned division sign, but in secondary math, we more so write fractions, because the fraction bar means division. X partitioned into 3 equal groups, so you're partitioning or cutting up or dividing up X into 3 parts, so X divided by 3. So here's our first problem, so let's get into it. Write an equation to represent the sum of X, the sum of 7 and a number X divided by 15 is equal to 33. So let's get started. We have to write an equation. Let me erase that. Try that one more time. We have to write an equation, so that means we're going to have an equal sign. To represent the sum means we have to have an addition sign. What are we adding? 7 and a number called X. So 7 and a number called X. And then it's going to be divided by, so I'm going to draw my fraction bar, 15. And that's equal to 33. So there is what it looks like. So we have 7 plus X in the numerator, and I even put parentheses around it to make sure that that sum is done first, over 15, and it equals 33. I didn't put parentheses here because I know the numerator has to be done first. You have to figure out what X is added to 7 in order to divide by 15 to solve for 33, and you can clear the denominator and solve for the value of X. Here's a question for you. So try to find how many hours, write an equation, find how many hours this person worked. So that's a good question. Check your understanding. If you're unsure of what's going on, rewatch the video and bring in your questions, write them down, and I'll be glad to answer them in the morning. Here's a cute game we'll play with a little matching of terms. Here we got just some translation to algebraic expressions and equations. So 7 more than a number is 15. Well, we learned some of those words a little while ago, like more than means addition. So 7 more than a number, call that n, is another way of saying equal to 15. And I could write that as n plus 7, because addition is reversible or commutative, equals 15. Here we have 5 less than a number is 3. Well, 5 less than a number. I remember less than implies that there is a minus and a change in position of the letter, which I'll call n, or it looks like a W, and the 5. And that is equal to 3. And I want to erase that because that looks a little sloppy to me. So I don't know why this is. Didn't want to erase it all. So let's get the smaller eraser, medium-sized eraser, and try that one more time. Okay. Less than means minus. The number 5 equals 3. So there's your equation. Looks a lot better. A number, I'll call that n, divided by, I'll write this one, 5 is 7. So it's not too bad. You can write it like that, but more so you'll see it like this. A number divided by 5 equals 7. So we have our our answers right here. So let's take a look at what we're doing here. So we are, so okay, so those are the answers to that. So the rest we'll do in class. So I hope you understood what we did. If you're not sure, rewatch the video and write down your questions. Here's the last question for you guys. At a fundraising, Jennifer raised 19 more than 1/5 of the total amount raised by the swim club. The total amount raised by the club was $235. Okay, so she got 1/5 of that amount. Find the amount Jennifer earned. So there's a key right there. 1/5 of the total amount raised by the swim club. So I see the total amount raised by the swim club, and it looks like there's 1/5 of that amount that Jennifer raised and 19 more than. So hopefully you'll be able to figure that out. So here's a challenge me problem. Last year, Nick rode his bicycle 8,000 miles. To the nearest yard, Nick rode an average of how many yards per day? So I hope you'll be able to figure that out. Hope this lesson was easy for you. Write down your questions, bring them in, and remember to watch us on YouTube. My channel name is Dan Robinson. Check out our new release. It's called Math Prep 16. Very good movie. I think you'll like it. If you want to study with me and would like a copy of the worksheet and other questions like this, write to me at robinsonmath@aol.com. I'll be glad to send you a handout and also include your address as well as your information, so that way I can get in contact with you, and that way if you feel led you can give a donation to help us with our work that we're doing. And I appreciate it that you're watching our videos. So I hope you're enjoying what we did. I hope you got something out of this video. So I'll see you next time. Bye.